in my fate today.
Falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war.
Stop 21 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to New Hampshire International Speedway. It's the running of the Sylvania 300, as we now welcome you to the second half of the season for season 15, and so far it's been a pretty good season 15 so far. We have, well, you know what I'm talking about. As we head to this 1.058 mile oval, this is 30 laps of racing here today. So let's get the starting lineup here for the running of the Sylvania 300. On the pole for today's event, the number 13 Geico Chevrolet of NNSCRA Motorsports. It's Seth Cole on the pole. It's his first pole, I believe, this season. Not sure how to check. May have to check that out. He's on the pole for this race. Alongside of him, another Chevrolet, the Lowe's Chevrolet car number 31. It's Corey Williams. He's on the outside. Row number 2 has HAMPSHIRE, the number 32 Tide Chevrolet, or Tide Pontiac, excuse me, for PPI Motorsports. And beside him, the Sprint PCS Chevrolet car number 45, and Zachary Fitzwater. Row number 3 has Chris Dodd, the number 4 Kodak Film or Chevrolet. This is not the Cup 90 mod. This is original Cup. He's on the inside of the third row. Beside him, the number 01 U.S. Army Pontiac. It's Levi Jones. He's on the outside. Joseph Romero, the number 29 GM Goodrich Service Chevrolet, has the inside of the fourth row. Beside him, Joshua Osborne, the number 10 Tide Ford. Row number 5 has Cooper Siron, the number 11 FedEx Ground Chevrolet, the winner at Darlington this season. And the Richmond winner is Quentin Moore, the number 21 Sitco Ford. Jesse Turner is the inside of the sixth row in the number 17 Western Auto Chevrolet. Beside him, Marty Johnson, number 16 Family Channel Ford. Row number 7 has Charles Sanford, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, the winner at Sonoma and at Kentucky this season. He has the inside of the 7th row. Beside him, Michael Turner, the Ford Quality Care Service Ford Credit Ford Taurus, car number 88. Row number 8 has Trent Dunham, the number 1 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Chevy for Sega Motorsports, and beside him, Dylan Poteet, his buddy, in number 22 Caterpillar Dodge. Row number 9 has Austin LaPlante, the number 5 Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Beside him, the championship leader, Jessica Shelton, the number 9 Dodge Dealers Dodge, she comes in with a 22-point lead over Charles Sanford in the points chase, and she also is the winner at Martinsville. Then it's Noah Cars, number 44 Hot Wheels Pontiac, and beside him, Matt Dalio, the number 6 Valvoline Ford. JT Bryant, the winner of the last race on the tour, the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, and also winner at Talladega this season, the Alltel Dodge car number 12. He's the master of the plate track so far this season. Let's see if he can get a Speedway win. Beside him, it's Dalton Day, the number 20 Home Depot Pontiac. Let's get the command to fire the engines here at New Hampshire.
Drivers, start your engines.
Man, getting the fire the engines. We get some racing here today. Stephanie Gardner in 26 and Dallas McIntosh in the 8 have the next row down on this race here today. This track here is one of the 2 flat 1 mile racetracks. The other flat miler we have on the schedule is at Phoenix, Arizona, which we'll be heading to for the 3rd to last stop on the tour. Pace car makes a hard left turn on the pit road. Field being led in the hands of Seth Cole, the number 13 Geico Chevrolet, as the green flag waves, and we are underway at New Hampshire. This track has been known to be kind of a wreck fest to some extent. We'll see if that plays out. Let's see if it is or not here today. Rounding corner number 4, Seth Cole leads the field here as the field looks like they're in pretty good shape. Cooper Siron trying to make his way through the field as he gets by Joseph Romero in 29, Zachary Fitzwater in the 45 car. Now in a battle for the third spot with Kev Shearer in the 32 car. Shearer has been second, I think, once this season. That came back at Darlington. And Shearer will take the spot away. Levi Shones in the number 01, trying to follow suit. Both these drivers are in the top 20 in the points. Chase Shearer comes in 13th in the standings, and Shones comes in this race 19th in the points. Fitzwater kind of making a bit of a climb, even though he's still a dismal 34th in the standings. But still has reeled off some pretty good runs the last few races this season. And we got problems. It looks like Smoker. It's Dalton Day, number 20, the Texas winner, has spun. No other car involved. Looks like there's a single car incident. So yellow flag number 1 flying on lap number 3 of this event. Dalton started about mid-pack in the field. Other than this Texas win, it's not been a good season for him so far. And same with the guy who spun with him. It appeared to me Dylan Young spun with him as well in the 2 car. Let's take a look in replay as to what happened. Actually, it was on lap number 2 is when the yellow flag flew. And they were almost 4 wide through turns 3 and 4, and that's on a 1 mile track. That's a big no-no. May work on the super speedways like Daytona or Talladega, but not quite here at New Hampshire on a little 1 mile racetrack. And yeah, Dylan gets a little punt from Dalton Day. Dalton goes into the wall, and there's Dylan Young going around in the 2 car. Dylan Young had a bit of a shame for him because he comes in 31st in the sense he had been on a climb like I was talking about with Zachary Fitzwater. He had been on a climb in the points himself. Dalton Day had dropped a bit from the 35th in the standings, the season 6 champion of the series, but so really no harm, no foul. We go back to live action. Seth Cole, the leader of the race, in number 13, the Geico Chevrolet. Second is Corey Williams. Third is Kev Shearer. Fourth position is Zachary Fitzwater. Levi Shones is in 5th position. 6th is Chris Dodd. 7th is Cooper Saron. 8th, Jesse Turner. 9th, Joseph Romero. And 10th is Charles Sanford. Dalton Day, the only car 1 lap down, as he is on the inside of Seth Cole. Sometimes a lap car can present some problems with the lead lap cars, so we'll see what happens as the pace car makes the hard left turn on the pit road. Green flag waves. We'll restart here on lap number 8. Keep an eye on Dalton Day. Oh gosh, Dalton Day's in the middle of a 3 wide mix. Whoa! How did Levi Shones miss that? And we got problems! Dylan Young's crashed again. Ryan Madden in the 71's involved. Luis Hernandez is in the crash, number 25. Michael Turner in the 88. Stephanie Gardner. Dalton Day again. Joshua Osborne in the crash here. 15th in the standings coming in. John Arndt, hood folded up on his Dodge. Oh my gosh. Well, that didn't take long. Yellow flag number 2 coming on lap number 8 in the race. And it appeared to me, let's see what happened here. Dalton Day. Yeah, Dalton Day got into a 3-wide situation. I was about to point that out between Levi Shones, and Zachary Fitzwater in the 45 car. And they got into a little bumper tag. Fitzwater got bumped in by Shones. Shones made a heck of a save. Then Cyron hits Dalton Day, and that sends Dalton around. Heads up driving there by Jesse Turner into 17, though he got into Dalton Day. Whew, how did Trent Dunham and Quentin Moore miss that was beyond me. Same with Charles Sanford in the 24. And boom, Stephanie Gardner hits him. And that caused that holocaust. Boy, Zach Austin just missed that one in the 23 cars. So did Zach Rogers. But not Liz Hernandez and the 19 of John Arndt. They did not miss that crash. And oh, there's where Osborne had gotten into a crash himself. And Zach Rogers got into a tangle with Michael Turner. Yeah, Osborne and Marty Johnson and Austin LaPlante got into it. And Osborne got off of the 24 of Charles Sanford. And then Michael Turner, he's involved in the crash. There's where LaPlante spun. Costly for Osborne because he had a pretty good run going on. It looked like he was going to gain some in the points chase. Let's ride along with Joshua. He does a good job missing the first incident, but then the second incident, it basically was the culprit in this one. Car vibrating, trying to get the start, and which it does. Osborne's still in the race. He's in 34th position right now. The lead's still being held by Seth Cole in number 23 and number 13 car. I almost said 23. That's Zach Austin. Cars out of the race. John Arndt, Stephanie Gardner's out of the race. So is Ryan Madden. So is Dylan Young, Luis Hernandez, and Dalton Day all out because of the crash. And there are still 18 laps remaining when we get the restart here on lap number 13 in this race. Let's try this again for the second time here. No lap cars inside this time. Now, I said the lap cars was going to present some problems, and it sure did. So, and they're wasting no time racing for position here. Chris Dodd going inside of Zachary Fitzwater, trying to push the 0-1 of Levi Shones. As they come out of the second turn, Shones almost won the Richmond event. He got past late in the going by Quentin Moore in that event. Speaking of Quentin Moore in the 21 car, there he is right behind Cooper Siron and Trent Dunham. As they go through the third and fourth turns now, Charles Sanford making his way through the field nicely, as well as Dylan Poteet, the winner at Michigan in the 22 car. Poteet's been on started off horribly this season, but now he's worked his way up to the 22nd spot in the points chase, and he had been as low as 40th at one point of the season. So Poteet's really picked it up. Season 1 champion of the series. And it's gonna keep taking runs like this to kind of make your way at least back up to the top 15, maybe even the top 10 in the points possibly, as close as they are bunched up in the points chase in about the middle of the pack. And don't look now, but I see a red number 9 making her way through the field. Jessica Shelton. It seems like no matter where she starts in a race, sometimes it seems like she's always working her way through the field. And this race at New Hampshire is no exception. She is currently running in 14th, I believe. We'll see what she has this time. She tries to get by Joseph Romero in 29. Romero off the wall. Now she falls back in behind Charles Sanford in 24. Shelton up to the 12th position now. And she already has now where we have 1 point per position in the field. That is to say, it's 41 for the winner, 40 for the second position, 39 for third, on down. Where we have 1 point per position, she actually has a very substantial lead in the points chase by 22 over this man Charles Sanford. As we see a smoker, a little bit, I think. Yep, we're under yellow once again. Well, I was going to say she has a 22-point lead over Charles Samber in the points chase, and that's a bit of a... That's 22 positions. That's what she's already ahead by. And they've really been very much have distanced themselves from third place, Zach Rogers. And I think it's Michael Turner that spun this time. And it was not Michael Turner who spun. Yep. I was talking about Zach Rogers. He spun. Got tapped by Nicholas Romero in the 15 car and actually makes contact with the 99 of Levi McIntyre. And stuffs Levi in the wall. But manages to keep his Ford going as well as Zach in his Chevrolet, but no harm, no foul. I don't know why that even caused a caution flag. That's like real life NASCAR. They throw a caution for nothing. So after that minor incident per se, we get back going again. We'll have 9 laps to go when this race restarts. Three cautions so far in this race here. Seth Cole trying to hold him off. He comes in this race 17th in the standings. Looking for his first win of the season as they come out of turn number 4. The green flag waves, and boy, Corey Williams got a good start on Seth Cole. Let's see what he can do on the inside of turn number 1. Williams, car number 31. Cole, number 13. They come out of turn number 2. Williams doesn't move to the inside. Seth appears to maybe showing some power on the outside. No! Williams outbrakes Cole going into the third turn. And he's got the lead. Corey Williams, car number 31, out in front. And HAMPSHIRE maybe trying to make some noise here in that 32 car. He now goes inside. Cole now stuck on the outside of the track. And if they get the battling back there, that's going to let Corey Williams move ahead. But boy, Corey Williams, he got the restart that he wanted. 7 laps to go. But now the question is, can HAMPSHIRE catch Corey Williams? And I don't think he will, though. If he keeps running side by side with Seth Cole, I don't think he will catch him. Now, bear in mind, though, this kind of racing, it's all well and good, but if you keep racing like this, though, that's going to let the leader just flat pull away. Unless the yellow flag flies, and then... Which I think if the yellow flag flies... Oh! HAMPSHIRE has blown up! HAMPSHIRE has blown up! Oh my gosh! Oh, and Shear... Oh, don't do it! Oof. I thought he was going to go back up the track and then just right in front of the entire field, but oh, HAMPSHIRE, who was running second, blows up with 6 laps to go in the race. And that's going to cost him a bunch of points here. He was 13th in the points coming in. And meanwhile, Corey Williams has checked out. Car number 31. And oh, we got problems. Off corner number 2. It was Ryan George, car number 30, that has spun. And that's going to mean the race right there. And if that is the case, Corey Williams gets his first ever win, with Seth Cole finishing second. But the Pennzoil Pontiac of Ryan George takes a spinner in turn number 1, or turn number 4. And let's see what happens out of the 4th turn. And he gets spun out by Jessica Shelton at number 9. And that costs Shelton quite a few positions right here. Oh. Replay fail right there. And Ryan George, he was running 11th position, looking to gain some points himself, and Ryan just goes on a slide. Safe. But Ryan George, car number 30, takes a spin and coming out of turn number 4. And that may have just sealed the deal for Corey Williams, the number 31 car. And boy, poor Seth Cole. He had led all the way up until the last restart when Corey got a better restart than him. Got the inside lane in turn number 1. And that was all she wrote, basically. And we will get the green and white flag. We will get the white flag under yellow here today as Corey Williams, the number 31 Lowe's Chevrolet, gets his first win of the season as he takes home the Sylvania 300. Seth Cole will come home second. Third place will be Chris Dodd. Finishing fourth will be Quentin Moore. Fifth place Trent Dunham. That's going to help Trent in the points chase. He came in his race 8th in the standings coming in, and that's going to help him a bunch points-wise. 6th place will go to Zachary Fitzwater. 7th place will be Dylan Poteet in the 22 car. He continues his string of good runs that we talked about before here, and he was 22nd in points coming in. This may possibly have knocked him into the top, or pushed him up to the top 20 in the points. This may possibly have done it for him. But great run by Poteet today. 8th position will go to Levi Shones. 9th position to Cooper Cyron. And Charles Sanford comes home in 10th position, car number 24. And the man who a season ago couldn't even buy a good finish in this series, and he continues his string of good runs. He had a great run at Daytona, had the 2 wins at Sonoma and at Kentucky. And he comes in second in the standings coming in, so this is going to help him a bunch. JT Bryant comes home 11th. Good run for him. 12th, Jesse Turner. Jessica Shelton, 13th in the race. And no question she'll keep her points lead, but we'll see how the points will be distributed at the end of the race, by the way. Joseph Romero, 14th. Noah Cars will come home in the 15th position. But there is Corey Williams, car number 31, moving out of corner number 4. At about 50 miles an hour, thank you. And he will do it. Corey Williams wins the Sylvania 300 at New Hampshire International Speedway, and that is one of the associate sponsors on this Lowe's Chevrolet. And Corey Williams came in this race a dismal 39th in the standings, so this is going to help him a bunch points-wise. Average speed 79.487. That's hauling butt, not. 16th was Dallas McIntosh. Zach Austin 17th. 18th was Johnny Gardner. 19th Matt Dalio. 20th William Bedford. 21st William Brock. Jeremy Jones 22nd. 23rd Ryan George. 24th Joshua Collard. James Richardson 25th, Zach Flickinger 26th. Those are two of them that was in the top 5 in the points chase. Well, actually, Richardson was 6th in the points. Nicholas Romero 27th, and Kyle Matthews 28th. A bad run for him, and he was 9th in the standings coming in. This might possibly have dropped him out of the top 10. We'll see how the points are after this race. Levi McIntyre 29th. He was 10th in the standings coming in. Zach Rogers was 30th. Austin LaPlante, Joshua Osborne, Marty Johnson, and Michael Turner, the last of the finishers in this race. And boy, poor CAMPSHIRE. He had a second place run going on in the 32 car. Was battling for second, then the engine expired, and the engine let go on him with 6 laps remaining, and ends up 35th. And he was 13th in points and was poised to possibly get himself in the top 10 possibly in the points chase. But we'll see how. But he'll have to try it again at Pocono, the next stop on the tour. Rounding out the field, John Arndt, Stephanie Gardner, Ryan Madden, Dylan Young, Luis Hernandez, and Dalton Day. or the finishers in today's race. But congratulations to Corey Williams, his first win in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as he takes home the Sylvania 300 at New Hampshire International Speedway. We'll head to Pocono for the next stop for the Farmers Insurance 400. So until then, this is James Qualls, and this has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 5 years of offline racing at its best.